So CAR T cells, in the CAR really stands for the chimeric antigen receptor. So it is an artificial T cell receptor that we create genetically by combining a binding domain. So you take a binding domain from an antibody, and then you connect them to a signaling domain of the T cells. So in essence, it has a kind of the two different bodies. So it binds like an antibody, but it acts like T cells. So it really takes advantage of the both. So antibody, one of the advantages that it can recognize any antigen, proteins, or carbohydrates that's expressed in the cell surface, where native T cell receptors can't do that. It does that only in the context of MHC presentation. So it makes it much more universally applicable by building an antibody-like binding domain. So you take the binding domain, so it binds like an antibody, but it acts like T cells. So the advantage of the T cell action or the signaling capacity is that it has this kind of, it's a living drug, so as opposed to antibody and other drugs, which really depends on the half-life of the drugs and goes out of your system. T cells, like once they're in, they can replicate, they can expand, they can grow inside your body, and producing kind of the long-term immunity that kind of as a cancer immunotherapist is hoping to achieve, and for patients too. So it really make it a lot easier to use or easier to target the cancer antigen, and by taking advantage of the durability of the action of the T cells as well.